Imagine a humongous bathtub filled with water. Now picture placing a gigantic version of Saturn into that tub. Would it sink or float? Surprisingly, Saturn would float. Saturn, the stunning ringed planet in our solar system, is unique for a very interesting reason: its density. Density is a measure of how much matter is packed into a space. Now, in simple terms, Saturn is less dense than water, which means it can float like a rubber duck in a bathtub. But how can such a large planet float? Let's break it down. Density helps us understand this magical flotation trick. Saturn is made mostly of gases, primarily hydrogen and helium. Think of these gases as fluffy clouds. Just like clouds in the sky, the gas molecules are spread far apart, unlike the tightly packed molecules in liquids and solids. In fact, Saturn isn't the only planet made mainly of gases. Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune are gassy giants too, but Saturn's density is the lowest of these planets, even lower than that of water. This is why Saturn is the one that could have a little splash in our colossal space bathtub. To give you an idea, Earth's density is like a solid rock, much heavier than water. Mars also has a solid and rocky density, but Saturn has got this fluffed-up, pillow-like density. Let's imagine again. If we had a Saturn-sized balloon, it would float easily on water. Earth, on the other hand, is dense, like a basketball filled with rocks. It would sink fast. Now, what would be an actual experiment, if possible, to see Saturn float on water? Unfortunately, Saturn can never really be dipped into water, as it's way too enormous and far away. But scientists use calculations and models to understand its density and properties. Saturn's low density makes it a fascinating study subject for astronomers and scientists. This giant, fluffy planet is larger than 700 Earths, yet light enough to float if you could ever fit it into a vast sea or ocean. Remember, although Saturn's rings and massive storms give it a fierce look, it's really just a gentle giant in terms of density. The universe is filled with marvels, and Saturn's floaty nature is just one of the magical facts about our cosmic neighbors. Watching Saturn twinkle in the sky reminds us of its wondrous abilities and the fascinating science that tries to unveil them.